How's it going, beautiful people? Arie here. Happy Monday. In today's video, I want to share with you a pretty tremendous opportunity in the e-commerce direct-to-consumer space, and I'm going to be using a really cool brand that I've found as an example as to how this niche is not only growing but ripe with opportunity. So we're not going to waste any time here. I'm just going to get straight into it. The brand that I'm talking about is called Black Wolf, and that's a pretty cool name. I really like it. So what they sell is extra effective skincare for guys, and we can actually see right away their value proposition on their homepage, which is pretty clean. For those of you that are trying to start your e-com businesses and want to learn a little bit more about website design, this is a really good simple tip is add your value proposition right away on the homepage. Even though if you're running ads, most people will probably not browse to your homepage, but still, we're in a time right now where organic traffic is growing more and more, or at least brands are attempting to grow their organic traffic. So therefore, people are actually going to visit your homepage a little more than before. But this niche, as you may expect, is actually growing pretty significantly. So in the past, skincare for guys has been seen as something that is, maybe ridiculous. Men have always wanted to be seen as manly, and skincare can be considered something that mainly girls do. However, with the rise of social media, everybody's putting themselves out there more than ever before, including guys. Therefore, a lot of guys are wanting to start taking care of themselves more and taking care of their appearance more. But what I think this brand is doing right is that they're covering all of that I just mentioned while still keeping it manly. So that's exactly how I think you guys should approach any brand in this sort of category that traditionally would be only appealing to girls, but now guys are also wanting to get into. Try to make it manly, right? Try to make it so that there's not huge friction for guys that are very hesitant about this stuff. And just to confirm that this niche is ripe with opportunity, here is the Google Trends from 2004 to now, and you can see the consistent growth here. We're hitting higher highs basically every single year. So if I had to invest money in this, I would say this is for sure a good investment. I mean, you can see it in the data. More and more people are becoming interested in this stuff. And this is just the United States. Now, what's really interesting about this brand as well is that they're running a lot of ads on YouTube. So a lot of businesses have been struggling with Facebook and Instagram ads this year, especially after iOS 14. But this brand has actually been pretty clever, and they've diversified into YouTube, which is cool and a really great opportunity, considering that a lot of people go to YouTube to educate themselves on, taking care of themselves, on fashion, on a whole range of things, even businesses, right? That's what this channel is all about. That's why it's a great opportunity, especially for brands that are just getting started. So try to think of other potential ideas in this niche. Black Wolf did raise $1.5 million from strategic angel investors, which obviously that may be scary for some of you guys that want to start in this niche. But what that means to me really is that there is plenty of opportunity, and investors are starting to recognize the potential of this niche. Therefore, the sooner you can capitalize on it, the sooner you can start building up your brand and not having really to worry about too much with the competition. And as we see, Instagram engagement seems to be pretty dead for a lot of these brands. I mean, this is like decent engagement, but for a brand of this size, they're getting like 80 likes or so on here. So they're not doing an amazing job in terms of engaging their community on social media, but they have created this image which again, really helps the brand stand out and capture those men that, want to take care of themselves, but don't want to jeopardize their manliness. And I honestly, that's kind of a good pitch even. Like, that's something you could use for an ad. So even though this brand is driving most of their traffic through YouTube, the second biggest traffic source that they're getting is through Instagram. And of course, like we just saw, it's not Instagram organic that's driving the traffic. It's definitely paid media. So if we go to their Facebook ad library, we can actually check out some of their products. But before we do that, I do want to highlight something that I think is extremely valuable for you guys, which is to create bundles. So this is an opportunity that you can apply to really any business. It's not just a business in this category. So for example, bundling products together like this, taking all of your best sellers and creating a bundle pack that you can sell for a higher ticket price is a really genius idea for multiple reasons. One, because then you have a higher margin that you can run ads to. Therefore, you can actually spend a little more on your paid media to acquire a customer. and that puts you really far ahead of the competition. And the second reason is so that you can launch new products without actually having to get new products. So a big reason why a lot of big e-commerce brands succeed is because they're consistently launching new products. I mean, of course, that's not the case for every brand, but that's commonly known as one of the best things that you can do to continuously create hype for your brand. And this is a really great way to do it without having to actually get a new product. So it's a pretty clever hack. And again, it really helps your margins. It helps you run more ads at scale since you have a little bit more margin to play with. And there's really no reason to not at least test out some bundles. Their landing pages are pretty clean. I mean, it's really nothing crazy. Their website is really just very simple, which I like. I actually think keeping a website like this makes it faster, which actually makes it convert better. And that's something that a lot of people don't really think about. And of course, when it comes to these types of brands, one of the biggest and coolest things that you can do is add subscriptions to it. So of course, with a product like this, if they actually do love the product, they will eventually run out and they will have to order more. Therefore, you can add subscriptions basically to every product and add a monthly recurring revenue to your business, which is absolutely huge for an e-commerce brand. So next, let's take a look at some of these ads here so that maybe we can try out some of these strategies. So let's check this one out.
Do you ever get turned off by your man smelling like or having gross body acne?
Oh my God.
That's why you need to get it together and buy your man Black Wolf body products. That's what I did.
Okay, so we see right away they start with really roasting guys out there that have, you know, body acne and that smell bad. That's actually a pretty good hook, I'm not gonna lie, even though, you know, some people may take that personally, and I'm sure if you ran something like that, you'd get a lot of people complaining or hating on it. But to be honest, when it comes to marketing, attention is king, right? So the more people that are talking about your brand, the better. And even though that may be harsh to some of you, it's probably driving a lot of extra revenue to their brand. Now in the header, we can also see something really interesting. They're saying try before you buy. Get over $60 of Black Wolf products for just $4.99. So they're applying some free plus shipping tactics here, which is pretty clever. It's actually a pretty good offer, but let's just finish this ad.
No one wants that. That's why you need to get it together and buy your man Black Wolf body products. That's what I did. Not only do the products smell good, but they have charcoal and salicylic acid. It prevents breakouts and helps keep your skin clear and sexy. They give full-size bottles for the trial
and sexy.
They give them a body scrubber and a toiletry bag. That's hot. Go to Black Wolf.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, that's actually a really good ad. I will say this type of UCG ad is very, very popular right now and not really untapped anymore. So I can guarantee you that people will start catching on to this, but that's an even better reason to get on it as soon as possible.
Fellas, athletes, blue-collar workers, whatever you are, listen up. When's the last time you finished a workout or got home from work and it still smelled good? I know what you're thinking. You smell fine. Well, why don't you go ask your girlfriend? I guarantee.
These are actually really well thought out of, and again, they're very harsh, but think about who you're targeting here, right? Think about who they're actually selling to. It's guys, and you know, guys are notoriously tough on each other, right? Like you roast your friends all the time, and it's just kind of like guy culture. So it's a really good idea to speak in that sort of language, even if it may sound harsh to some of you guys. You know, it's really convincing and goes a long way for their brand.
Hey ladies, do you ever notice that your man has acne but you don't want to say anything? I have had this problem too many times to count and it is rough. But thank God I find
These are so dramatic.
The acne products are designed with the best ingredients. It's got bamboo, charcoal powder.
You get the point. They're actually just testing a variety of different angles like this. And right here, you got some retargeting ads. We can see that those are being used for retargeting. And lastly, we got some like this.
Hey guys, let me put you on to some game. Black Wolf, my girlfriend loves this stuff. It smells so good, now I can't keep her hands off me. You can even choose your own products for the trial offer. That's just $4.95.
So again, this is some great marketing. Now, this is just like the guy point of view. So they're testing not only the girlfriend point of view, but also the guy point of view, which is really clever because, you know, who knows which one's going to convert better, but both is definitely better than just one. And this is kind of the name of the game when it comes to success in paid media nowadays, is testing all these different angles and testing things that you may have not thought of before and that maybe you were too scared to say, but now's the time to do it. And that's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this little case study. I figured it's a great example, a great niche for some of you guys to start a business in. And man, if you're part of the Black Wolf team, hit me up. Let's work together somehow. I mean, I see you guys are not really running TikTok ads. You could hit up your boy for something like that. I'd also love to try the product out myself. But with that said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Check out the links in the description. As always, there's some great resources there, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.